What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for February 24th, 2023. My name is Phil, and thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. SmackDown tonight. I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't know how to feel about it. I thought it was a very good episode. I thought it was a good episode for what it was. We had some great action. We had some great segments, and honestly, we got more questions than answers. Again, when it comes to the old bloodline stuff. But next week, when Roman is here, when Roman is going to be here on Friday Night SmackDown to basically confront the Usos after everything that kind of happened over the course of the last few, weeks, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down, and we have to get some answers at that point. What else do we have here tonight? The whole stuff with the meeting between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, that did not live up to what I thought it could have been. To me, at this point, when it just comes down to it, Rhea just has to win the title, and that's just that. At the end of the day, I really do think that that should not be the main event of night one at WrestleMania. I know people are probably going to be like, "Oh my gosh, Phil, what? Come on, you got to give it to the ladies, right?" No, no. I love you, ladies, but no. No, you don't do that. No, you give the main event of night one to tag team wrestling, and that is Jimmy and Jey Uso versus Sami and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. That's the main event. That's the main event. Now, I understand when it comes to the Women's Royal Rumble match, you gotta have somebody main event WrestleMania. No, not always. Not always. If you're going to do the story, and if you're going to do the story correct, you gotta make it in the right spot on the card that it should be on. And the only spot that match should be on is the main event of night one. It's just that simple. And, we have all these things going on between the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and all that type of stuff. It's big enough for a main event at WrestleMania. And with it being 2 nights, it just fits. It just fits. To do that at night one, Cody and Roman at night two, the culmination of the bloodline finally being taken down. It just fits. It just fits, especially for the stage that we're on when it comes to, being in LA and everything like that, with Roman most likely taking a break after this and going on to possibly do movies and everything like that, go to Hollywood and do, follow his footsteps, of the Brock. But, yeah, other than that, I thought this was a pretty good episode of Friday Night SmackDown. We also had the Bray Wyatt FireFly FunHouse segment. That was very, very interesting. People are telling me that, I'm kind of looking too far into this. I'm kind of looking, too hard into the situation. But when it's Bray Wyatt, you kind of have to, look at things a different way. And that's what I kind of feel I had to do tonight during this whole thing, because Bray Wyatt showed up in this dark black mask, what looked to be the mask that he always just used to wear. He wore during the attack of Hit Row a couple of weeks ago. Now, yes, that was the mask, but that's not like Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley as a singles match at WrestleMania makes 0 sense. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense. You gotta do what is right here. And if you're gonna do that type of match, if you're gonna do Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, you do the right match which is a 6-man tag team match between the Hurt Business and Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, and the new reemergence of Uncle Harper. Now, Phil, who is Uncle Harper? Uncle Harper's another trademark name the WWE trademarked during the return of Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt had 2 trademarks under the hat as he was coming back to the WWE, that being Uncle Harper and that being Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy is already here. We already know what he looks like. We already know technically who he is, but we just don't know who is under that mask, even though we technically do, considering, our speculations and everything like that. But now, who was going to be this Uncle Harper? Who was going to be this Uncle Harper, considering that we only have 5 weeks heading into WrestleMania? I do not think that we are going to be, seeing... I want reveals. I want reveals when it comes to the Uncle Harper and Uncle Howdy characters. I do. I want to see who are behind the mask. But am I thinking that we're actually going to be able to see that heading into WrestleMania? No. I do think we're actually going to have a physical being of a Uncle Harper. I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know who is even being speculated to be. But at the end of the day, I do think we are actually going to be able to see that. I think we're going to be able to see that, and I think we're going to be able to see what is going to be transpiring over the next few weeks. It's a 6-person tag to me. It's a 6-person tag. You're not going to be doing a singles match between Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. It makes no sense, and honestly, what's the story there? What is the story? What is the purpose? How do we get from point A to point B all the way to WrestleMania? It makes no sense just to do a singles match. So you do the normal 6-man tag. There's a reason why the Hurt Business is getting back on television week in and week out. There's just a reason for that. So you do what you gotta do, and that is that 6-man tag. Now, other than that, we had the Charlotte and Rhea Ripley stuff, the Bray Wyatt stuff. Other than that, and not much really happened on the show tonight, guys. Obviously, the whole Sami Zayn, Jimmy and Jey Uso situation, that was a huge talking point of the night tonight, but it was really just those 3 things. Jimmy, Jey, and Sami. The Bray Wyatt FireFly FunHouse segment, and the, face-to-face between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Other than that, it wasn't too... it wasn't all that, different of a Friday Night SmackDown than what we usually get here, normally. We had a 6-man tag with Braun, Strowman, Ricochet, and Madcap Moss taking on IMPERIUM. That was good for what it was. Kofi Kingston took on LA Knight. I know in the description it actually says that he is a champion, but I was editing a description earlier. I used a template from another description to put on here, and I just forgot to delete the C. It's okay. But that to me made absolutely no sense to do, and the wrong person won. I'm sorry, Kofi fans. I love Kofi Kingston too, but Kofi Kingston should not have won that match tonight. It should have been LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight should have won that thing. Bar none. And then we had Natalya and Shayna Baszler for absolutely no reason. I don't care for Natalya, and honestly, at this point in this iteration of Shayna Baszler, I love Shayna Baszler. I think Shayna Baszler is great, and I think Shayna Baszler should be used a lot more on WWE television in a better capacity. But this version of Shayna Baszler, I'm not in it. I'm not into it. Honestly, with her being paired with Ronda Rousey is honestly bringing her a lot more down than what she really could be. So that to me was just not it. And then obviously the main event tonight was Rey Mysterio taking on Karrion Kross. The whole building between Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio for WrestleMania is happening. Dominic Mysterio did show up tonight, cost Rey Mysterio his match against Karrion Kross, and they got at it head to head. And the first time that Rey Mysterio actually does hit his own son in Dominic Mysterio, that crowd, whatever crowd gets that, it's gonna pop like crazy. And it should, because honestly, at the end of the day, this is professional wrestling, Ray. You can hit your son. But, we're here for it, and we are going to be seeing the progression of the whole story between Rey Mysterio and Dominic. So, there was that. Other than that, not much happened. Not much really happened tonight. It is what it is. We basically got 5 more weeks heading into WrestleMania. We got 10 more shows now. Those 10 shows are going to go by quick. But, at the end of the day, we got what we need to get. And we will do what we need to do in order to get to WrestleMania. Alright. Let's get into Friday Night SmackDown, guys, but before we do, I do want to thank you guys so much for joining us right here on OTB. Make sure to hit that like button, turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We will be live sometime during the weekend. I don't know when, but we will be live this weekend. And it looks like my camera is out of focus for whatever reason. And we're back. And we are back. So we will, wow, that just messed up my entire flow. We will be up, that just messed up everything. Right, yeah. We will be uploading sometime this weekend. I don't know what we are going to be doing, but something this weekend will be happening. And at the end of the day, we will just be trying to get more content out to you guys. Next week, Friday, obviously the Friday Night SmackDown review will happen. Wednesday's Dynamite, Tuesday's Talk will be happening again. And, the Monday Night Raw post show coming in on Monday. That's all happening for you guys this coming week. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy what you are going to be hearing so far. Like I said, hit the like, turn on the bell, do all the things, subscribe to the channel, and go get the merch. Teespring is the official home of OTB and its merchandise, so go get your OTB merchandise today. And it's linked down in the description. Alright, guys. Let's get right into Friday Night SmackDown. As we had the 6-man tag team match start off the show tonight, Ricochet, Braun Strowman, and Madcap Moss taking on the entirety of Imperium. Pretty good tag team match. Pretty good 6-man tag. It's honestly your run-of-the-mill 6-man tag team match. It's nothing really too out of the ordinary here. We're back from commercial break. Kaiser with a clothesline in the middle of the ring onto Ricochet. He goes for a cover, but Ricochet does kick out. Gunther is tagged into the match, and a European uppercut by Gunther as Drew McIntyre slowly walks down the entrance ramp. Now, this is kind of starting the whole build between Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and hopefully, Johnny, I don't know if you're watching this or not, but hopefully, the greatest superstar of all time, Sheamus, right? We got to get a triple threat somewhere for WrestleMania. Might as well get it for the Intercontinental Championship. Sheamus versus Drew versus Gunther for the IC title. Come on, it kind of just writes itself, We gotta get Sheamus that Intercontinental Championship. We gotta get Sheamus to that GOAT status, even though he already has reached it. You gotta get Sheamus that Intercontinental Championship, the championship he hasn't held yet in his career. So, come on. Let's get that. Triple threat, that's all I'm asking for. That is legitimately all I'm asking for. So, let's get that done. So a clothesline onto Ricochet as Vinci tagged in. He goes for another clothesline, but Ricochet ducks that as Strowman tags in. Strowman ran through Kaiser and Vinci. In comes Gunther, and a chop by Gunther onto Strowman, but Strowman remains standing. Gunther with a headlock, but Strowman gets out of it. A dropkick to Gunther, but Madcap is tagged in. Madcap with a spear in the corner and right hands to the face. He runs into the ropes and Kaiser distracts Madcap and Gunther with a chop. Gunther then hit a powerbomb and he goes for the cover for the win, and Imperium picked up the W here. Very good 6-man tag team match, like I said. Very basic, but good. The Viking Raiders then all of a sudden show up to attack Drew McIntyre from behind. They throw him into the barricade, and out comes his tag team partner, Sheamus, who then attacks the Viking Raiders. He pushes Eric into the ring apron, but Ivar hits him with a clothesline. Strowman with the Strowman Express to both of the Viking Raiders, and Ricochet ran in and flies over the top rope onto the Viking Raiders. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus sent them both over the top of the barricade with clotheslines, and the four of them fended off the Viking Raiders. So it was basically a 4-on-2 assault here, and that's just what happened. So there you go. This is basically setting up the whole thing between Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. At least I'm hoping. The whole thing between the Viking Raiders, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus should be done with. That does not scream WrestleMania, so please do not do that there. Plus, Sheamus and Drew already beat the Viking Raiders, so we don't need that anymore. But at the end of the day, we do not need that. Let's focus on the Intercontinental Championship and get that done. We cut backstage to Kayla Braxton, as she is backstage with Rey Mysterio. He says that tonight he will put an end to Karrion Kross. In comes Santos Escobar. He tells Rey that there is one thing that his family values, and that is respect. He said that he had the honor of receiving a mask from the legendary Rey Mysterio, and he wants to show the WWE Universe how much he respects Rey. And then he tells Rey that he won his respect, as Rey tells him that it's a mutual feeling. I love this pairing. I don't know if it's like a legit pairing or not between Rey Mysterio and Santos, but the fact that Santos is a legitimate babyface now, helping Rey Mysterio in the efforts, especially now that Dominic is kind of like getting at Rey, this is just great. This is great. This is perfect. I absolutely love everything about it. Keep giving it to me, WWE. In comes Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. And he asks Santos how much is he going to keep kissing Rey's ass. Santos then tells him, look, if you need to be taught some respect, I can show you tonight. Dominic then tells him that in prison, those who don't back up what they say get dealt with. Dominic and Rhea then walk away. Next week, please give me Santos and Dominic Mysterio. Please. I don't care if it happens on Monday. I don't care if it happens on Friday. Give it to me. Give it to me. This whole thing between Santos now getting into the mix with Bray and Dominic, it fits so well. I was clamoring when Dominic was with his father Rey to do something with Santos and Legado back when they were in NXT. Now that they're here on the main roster and they're actually baby faces and they're doing something with Legado del Fantasma. Now that Legado del Fantasma is doing something with the Mysterios, this just screams perfection. It screams perfection. I absolutely love everything about it. Like, it just fits so well. It does. I love everything about it. I think it's going to be an absolute great decision to put these, people together for this angle. I don't know what's going to happen after this because at the end of the day, I mean, this to me, I don't know what's really going to happen with this now, um, but just continue to give it to me because I think this is a great idea, and you continue to, you continue to make it worthwhile watching every single week. So I like it. Okay, so after commercial break, Jimmy, Solo, and Paul Heyman are backstage in the locker room. Jimmy tells him since the Royal Rumble, things have been crazy between them and the Bloodline. But since Montreal, things have been different. Jimmy says that Jay might be spooked over Zayn. Heyman tells Jimmy that if that is going to be the case, Solo can stay in the back with him, and it could just be Jimmy and Jay one-on-one, brother on brother, blood with blood, and twin with twin. And then Jimmy agreed. So later on tonight, it was just going to be Jay and Jimmy face to face to talk things out. Or so we thought. After another commercial break, we then had LA Knight walk down to the ring. He tells fans, "Let me talk to you." And then he gets, and that is the season. Everyone is talking about their WrestleMania moments. LA Knight says that he didn't come here for WrestleMania moments. He came here to make money, win titles, and be recognized as being the best. And that is by going to WrestleMania. But the twist is that he is not the one who will be having a WrestleMania moment. You can't have a WrestleMania without LA Knight. Can't have an LA WrestleMania without LA Knight, I should say. What that means is that he is going to give WrestleMania an LA Knight moment. Out comes the New Day's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and they're just making fun. They're making fun of LA Knight. He says that he has only been on the roster for 2.5 months, does Xavier Woods, and who is going to be demanding of everything. LA Knight says that he doesn't recall inviting the Nerd Day out here. If they were not so busy playing their video games and being nerds, they would have realized that they are looking at the megastar known as LA Knight. Yeah. Wisdom tells him that being nerds has made them actually a lot of money, and was then told Knight that WrestleMania moments aren't just handed out, you gotta earn them. Case in point, Kofi Kingston with Kofi Mania. LA Knight tells him that he doesn't care about his path. He is the creator of circumstances, not a creature of circumstance, and asks Kofi how Kofi Mania actually worked out for him in the end. The New Day then get into the ring. Kofi says that it actually worked out pretty well considering I won the WWE Championship, and he was waiting and grinding for that WrestleMania moment, but he would not wait. But what he will not wait for is a chance to kick LA Knight's ass tonight on the show and to shut him up. LA Knight laughed as the fans chant "New Day rocks." He asked Kofi if that is a challenge. Wiz tells Adam Pearce if he can hear him and he approves it, to send a referee out. And then a referee ran out, so obviously Adam Pearce approved it. and we have a match. LA Knight versus Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods at ringside. And while this was a really good match, the wrong person won here. I really do think that. I love Kofi Kingston. I love the New Day. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to do this whole thing with LA Knight and how he is going to be getting to WrestleMania, LA Knight has to fucking win. LA Knight has to win. LA Knight seems absolutely directionless right now. What are we doing with LA Knight heading into WrestleMania? Am I not the only person that is trying to think that right now? LA Knight and WrestleMania, especially when it's in Los Angeles, you need to do something with him. You just need to do something with him. I don't know what you're going to be doing with him, but you need to do something with him, and you need to do it now. I don't know. I don't know what you want. Like, I don't know what. The fans are super over with him. He is super over with the crowd. He wants to know, like we want to know what he is doing at WrestleMania. And him losing to Kofi Kingston tonight made absolutely no sense. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Alrighty, hold on 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so I don't understand what we are doing with LA Knight. I honestly thought LA Knight should have, like, actually won this match. At the end of the day, it just made no sense for him to lose this. If you're gonna do something with LA Knight at WrestleMania, you gotta have him win. You gotta have him win. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just got to have him win. Holy shit, that actually looks sick. Okay. But yeah. Sorry, I'm on Discord with people. But yeah, it just has to happen. You had to put LA Knight over here tonight, and you just didn't do that. So that was just not the right call. But very good match though. Nonetheless, I do want to kind of reiterate that it was a good main event here, and not a main event, but good matchup here. So Kofi, he did a heel kick, and he rolled LA Knight up, but Knight was able to kick out of that. Kofi with a splash onto LA Knight. Kofi then goes for the Trouble in Paradise, but LA Knight ducked it and slammed Kofi onto the mat. He goes for a cover, but Kofi was able to kick out. LA Knight then rolls to the outside and attacks Woods from behind, who was playing the trombone. Kofi with a splash over the top rope onto LA Knight, and then he threw LA Knight back into the ring. Kofi climbed to the top rope and got met with a right hand by LA Knight. He ran towards. Okay. Alright, hold on, guys. Alright, we're gonna roll off in here real quick. Alrighty, guys. We will be right back. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. Alrighty. Looks like we are back. For right now, Loft is going to be joining us. The link never actually sent out, and my camera's out of focus again. There we go. Yeah, the link never actually sent out to the people that I wanted to be here tonight, for the review, which kind of sucks. But we'll get him in here, and we'll be able to run things a little bit more smoothly. We're still trying to figure out the kinks, guys. I apologize for that. But you know, we're getting things together. And yeah, once the lot gets in here, we'll just continue on with the show. Yeah. It really does suck that that LA Knight lost this thing tonight. God, he should have won that match. All right. All right. What do we once Locke gets in here? So it hurts LA Knight so much. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be in there soon. Okay, cool. Yeah, to me, it just hurts LA Knight, you know? LA Knight, when it comes to whatever he's going to be doing at WrestleMania, because he should be doing something at WrestleMania, he needs to have some kind of credibility. You know, there's only 5 more weeks heading into the show. You gotta have some kind of momentum heading into the show. Whatever he's going to be doing, it has to be something good, and now when it comes to everything about it, you know, we're trying to figure out what he is going to do. And if you're going to have him lose this random match against the New Day, or, you know, just, you know, against Kofi Kingston, it makes no sense to do that, you know? So, like, it hurts. It hurts seeing that when it comes to somebody as good as LA Knight, and you see him losing to Kofi Kingston. And there's nothing wrong with losing to Kofi Kingston. I'm not saying that. But when you actually have some sort of plan going into WrestleMania when it comes to LA Knight, you would kind of want to execute that. And I don't think they are. I don't even know if they really have a plan for LA Knight. And that's that's the problem right there, is that you don't have anything for LA Knight when you really should. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about LA Knight going to WrestleMania. I think he definitely should be featured at WrestleMania. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I think that should happen. He should be focused on for WrestleMania. But what is he going to be doing for WrestleMania? That's the question. And honestly, we don't know. We don't know. So, yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I can't even say yeah when I'm talking about LA Knight, because it has to be yeah. But, you know. Okay. This sucks. Let's talk about the actual match, though. Yeah, so Kofi with a splash over the top rope to LA Knight. He throws LA Knight back into the ring. Kofi comes to the top rope, met with a right hand by LA Knight. He runs towards Kofi, but Kofi ducks and Woods plays his trombone and distracts LA Knight. Kofi then hits a Trouble in Paradise, and he goes for the cover for the win. And that is how Kofi Kingston picked up the W there. I just really think that LA Knight should have won this match tonight. That plain and simple. Whatever WWE has planned for LA Knight at WrestleMania, it has to be something good. You got to do something at least relevant for LA Knight to do at WrestleMania, because LA Knight should not be left off this WrestleMania card. I'm sorry. With how good he has been, with how over he has been with the crowd, LA Knight deserves to be featured at WrestleMania. And it's just that it's just factual information. He has to be there. He has to be at WrestleMania. So we'll see. Oh boy, this Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley segment, well, really, Dominic took most of this meeting right here. Rhea Ripley didn't really show up until later, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it was really a Dominic Mysterio and Charlotte Flair meeting tonight, which, again, kind of freaking wild, knowing what the actual match is going to be at WrestleMania as Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, not Dominic Mysterio and Charlotte Flair. I understand why, though, Dominic was a part of this, because Dominic and his mommy and all that type of stuff. I mean, I understand that, but, you know, it's a Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair face-to-face, not a Dominic and Charlotte Flair face-to-face, but, you know, it is what it is. I take things a little bit too seriously, a little bit too literal at times, but, you know, I want things to actually go smoothly heading into WrestleMania. I want things to actually flow well. I want things to actually, you know, progress in the way that they want to progress. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But no, that being said, though, this I liked what they did, but they could have done a lot more. To me, they could have done a little bit more to, you know, focus on the Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair aspect of the match, because we've seen this before. We know we've seen this before. Charlotte beat Rhea at their last WrestleMania, you know, clash together. The only thing I am focusing on when it comes to this match is for Rhea Ripley to take the win. Take the W, take the SmackDown Women's Championship, and get things going. Move Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day over to SmackDown. I would have Bianca Belair move over to SmackDown when she loses the Raw Women's Championship, because I do think she loses the Raw Women's Championship to Asuka at WrestleMania. And you just build from there. You build the new SmackDown roster after the WWE draft, which I hope does happen after WrestleMania. You build the new SmackDown roster around those two ladies, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. And that's your SummerSlam match to me for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. That's what you do for me. That's what you do for the SummerSlam SmackDown Women's Championship match right there. Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. That's what I would do. But obviously I'm thinking way too far ahead. But you know what I mean. Let's deep dive into this. Okay. Let's deep dive into this face-to-face here, because there were some things here that does need to be addressed. So, out comes Charlotte. There's only 35 days until WrestleMania, says Charlotte. She knows that Rhea Ripley looks to run her mouth on Raw. Likes to run her mouth on Raw, I should say. She can't wait to hear what she has to say when they come face to face tonight. She calls Rhea out to the ring. Rhea does not come out, and Flair says that she thinks that she smells hesitation here. So Flair asks if she is remembering the last time that they were in the ring together. Dominic then walked out and he called her Queenie. He says that he will not let her run down Mommy like that. Flair then tells him he is out here taking orders like the good little Nino that he is. He says this is adult time and he should go get his mommy. Instead, for her hiding behind her boy toy. He says that she sounds jealous, almost bitter, because she knows that the hottest thing in WWE right now is Rhea Bloody Ripley. And no other mamacitas have ever entered the Royal Rumble at number 1 and won it all. Flair smiled, and then she tried not to laugh, which, how could you not laugh whenever Dominic talks? I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. You can't take this kid seriously, and no matter what, no matter what happens, no matter what capacity he is trying to do, whether it's actually, him on the mic or just, the way he speaks, I don't know if it's the way he is speaking. I don't know if it's actually the material that he is being presented, but either way, you can't take this guy seriously, and that is exactly what he should be, he's being portrayed in this, cocky, little chicken shit heel type way, and it's working. It's just working, and he plays it so well. But it is what it is. He tells Flair that she should smile more often. She is a beautiful woman. He says that the woman is the softer sex, delicate, but mommy is strong. She is real strong. When she hugs him, she breaks his back. Now this is getting a little weird, but Dominic is weird like that, so he just continues to do what he has to do. And when she makes sweet, and then finally Charlotte just breaks it up. Thank God for Charlotte at that point, because I don't know what Dominic would have said. He says that she is a real Latino, that he is a real Latino man at home who calls her mommy with a much thicker accent. She doesn't know what he is talking about, which no one really does, right? Dominic says that he just wanted to chat because they have a lot in common. They are both generational WWE superstars. She is the second generation, he is the third. They both know what it is like to be compared to their fathers, but better than them, surpassing them, even though the fans don't like to see that. But he knows that his dad is a lot worse. His dad is a deadbeat. He doesn't even bother showing up. He was an afterthought of a father, and that messed him up. He says that that put a big chip on her shoulder, just like her. But at WrestleMania, when mommy beats her, she will know that her dad was right. She was just not good enough. Flair says that unlike him, she actually loves her dad. He turns 74 tomorrow, and she wished him an early happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ric Flair. And he should go. And if he was here, he would kick his butt. But since he is not here, Flair drops the microphone, takes off the robe, and was going to go face to face with Dominic Mysterio until Rhea Ripley's music hit. Rhea then goes face to face with Charlotte, and she and Dominic slowly back away out of the ring. They left the ring, and Flair lifts up her SmackDown Women's Championship, and Ripley gets back into the ring. They go face to face, and Dominic holds Rhea Ripley back. Like I said, this was really just going on between Dominic Mysterio and Charlotte Flair. I really didn't like the stuff that they were doing, Charlotte and Dominic. I thought they were doing some good stuff there. But at the end of the day, this was supposed to be Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. We got a little glimpse of what it could possibly look like in the ring when it comes to Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley at that very ending of that segment. But other than that, it wasn't really much of a Rhea Ripley Charlotte Flair face-to-face. If you're going to build something like that, you gotta build something like that. And they didn't do it in that way. I need more. We got 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Okay. We need more when it comes to a face-to-face, when it comes to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Other than that, I'm just not going to care. I'm not really going to care all that much, mainly because of the fact I just want Charlotte to lose the SmackDown Women's Championship, like she should, and Rhea Ripley should just be at the top of the SmackDown Women's division once it's all said and done. It is what it is. So, after this, I mean, we had the match between Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in anything of the women's division right now for SmackDown. I'm just not. Natalya coming back after her nose was being broken, like, okay, you're back. Cool. But it's not entertaining, and this is not going to be anything of noteworthy going into whatever you're going to do. I don't even think you're going to be even a part of WrestleMania, so why are we even doing this? This was just your normal run-of-the-mill women's match on SmackDown. This was nothing of importance, honestly. But we had a right hand by Natalya, followed up by a German suplex. Natalya with a clothesline. She goes for the cover, but Shayna does kick out. Natalya then goes for a sharpshooter, but Shayna kicks her away. Shayna then rolls to the outside of the ring. Natalya with a baseball slide. She grabs Shayna and throws her back into the ring. Natalya and Ronda are face to face. Natalya is on the ring apron, and Shayna does a knee to the face. She grabs Natalya and rolls her back into the ring. Shayna then with an armbar submission, and Natalya tapped out. Not important whatsoever. Not important, not noteworthy. There's nothing really going on, so I'm just not caring. And I really should not be caring. Shayna and Ronda, then they tried to double team Natalya, but Tegan Nox, who was out there with Natalya, attacked Ronda. As Ronda and Shayna roll to the outside of the ring, Ronda asks who that is, and Shayna tells her that is Tegan Nox. Ronda calls her Skittles, and that she will be testing. She will be not testing the rainbow, tasting the rainbow next week. She's just disgusting television. Fuck Ronda Rousey and get your head out together. This is so stupid. This is so freaking stupid. We're going to be getting a Tegan Nox versus Ronda Rousey match most likely next week on SmackDown. And I am legitimately not going to care. I'm not going to care about this. You can tell me that, oh my gosh, Ronda Rousey's this, Ronda Rousey's that. She fucking sucks. She fucking sucks. She doesn't know what the fuck she is doing. She doesn't know how to actually perform in and outside the ring. She has no business being on the microphone. She has no business being inside the ring. And she's going to get a WrestleMania tag team match for the tag team titles. She's going to get the women's tag team championships. And honestly, even with Ronda Rousey holding the tag team titles to Shayna Baszler, those titles still mean shit. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually, because those titles should have never existed in the first place. But I would have much rather taken a mid-card women's championship instead of just tag team titles that mean absolutely nothing. Because you got a lot of other single people in that women's division more than you got tag teams. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, the tag team titles should have never fucking existed. And I've been saying that since the inception of these championships. It is what it is. But I don't know much. I don't know much. I don't run a promotion. I don't run, I don't run women's professional wrestling. I like women's wrestling. I think women's wrestling is great when it's actually being treated properly. The women in WWE and the women of AEW, they don't have much. They don't have much out of common. They have a lot in common, considering that they don't have any fucking storylines that grab people's attention. Other than the actual women's championship picture matches, when it comes to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair and Asuka versus Bianca Belair, can you honestly tell me that you're invested into anything else that the women are doing right now on WWE television? Because I can't. I can't. I don't know what you want me to say, because it's legitimately the truth. I do not have any interest in anything else the women are doing outside the actual title pictures. And I'm not even talking about the women's tag team titles, because the women's tag team titles mean shit. I don't get it. I just simply don't get it. We got the FireFly FunHouse, the Karrion Kross and Rey Mysterio match, and then the Sami Zayn and Uso segments. And that's it. Alright, guys. Before we dive into the last 3 segments of Friday Night SmackDown tonight, I know it's a slow night. I get that. It's usually a slow night when I'm here alone for that, but you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Sometimes it's just YouTube also does not send out notifications for whatever reason. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed what you heard so far tonight. You know, um, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, go get the merch at Teespring, link down in the description. Follow all of us on social media, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Filament_. Let's get me back up to 1,000 on Twitter, please. I think I had 1,000 yesterday, and I lost like 2 or 3 followers. So please, if you don't follow me on Twitter yet, hit the follow button on Twitter. I live tweet during the entire shows, each and every single weekly show for Friday Night SmackDown, Dynamite, and Monday Night Raw. So go do that. I need 3 more followers to hit 1K. So let's get me back up to 1K. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. But you know, follow me if you can. Yeah, I already did the whole weekly schedule for next week. Monday Night Raw post show, Tuesday's talk, Wednesday's Dynamite, Friday Night SmackDown post show. You know, the normal deal that we get here on OTB. And yeah, I think it's I think we're gonna be having some good stuff here. When it does come down to it. So stay tuned for the rest of the week, and we will be doing something this weekend. I don't know if it's gonna be Saturday. I don't know if it's gonna be on Sunday, but at the end of it all, we will be doing something for the weekend streams. So let's do this thing. Let's get through the final 3 segments of the show. I want to talk about this FireFly FunHouse though. With Love. Love, where the hell are you, bro? I think he might actually be on Twitch. I think Love is actually on Twitch right now. It makes sense that he would be on Twitch, because I think he was doing his yeah, he's doing his thing. Okay. Yeah, let's just get through these 3 segments then. It's just gonna be me alone tonight, which is fine. Alright. Let's get through this, guys. Not too much longer. The FireFly FunHouse. Like I said, the lights turn to red in the FireFly FunHouse. The TV is flickering in 2 hands. Playing with vintage Undertaker action figures in the Funhouse. We cut to Bray watching a promo from last week and laughing as it cuts to a clip of Bobby Lashley speaking on Raw, saying that he will not be disrespected. We cut to Funhouse News, and Bray, playing the news anchor, says that things are not great. He asks who opened the door and laughs. And it's time for the weather, and Uncle Howdy gives the weather, and we cut to a game show called Can You Keep a Secret, with Bray playing as the game show host. Bray says, "Can you?" and it cuts to a still to come. We cut to the Firefly Funhouse once again with Bray repeating the words, "Can you keep a secret?" as dark visuals play through the Funhouse door. We cut to Bray wearing a mask, saying, "If I told you a story, can you keep a secret?" back into the arena. Well, no, we're just not gonna. We're gonna keep it there for a second. The mask was black. The mask was a black mask that he wore when he attacked Hit Row a couple of weeks ago. When he initially made the challenge to Bray Wyatt or Brock Lesnar, whoever won an Elimination Chamber. This mask is a lot more than what people are making it out to be. And I'm telling you this because I really do think it's going to be that 6-man tag. I think that is going to be the Uncle Harper mask. The only reason why I'm thinking that is because, like I said earlier on in the show, a singles match between Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley makes 0 sense happening at WrestleMania. It makes 0 sense. You do a 6-man tag because at the end of the day, why would the Hurt Business be coming back on television if we weren't going to be doing something with them at WrestleMania? It makes sense to do the 6-man tag. Bray Wyatt, Uncle Harper, Uncle Howdy versus the Hurt Business. That makes a little bit more sense than just doing a singles match with Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley, you know? I think that makes a lot more sense than just doing the singles match because you're getting everybody else involved at that point, and who knows, maybe at the end of WrestleMania when I think the Hurt Business lose actually at WrestleMania, which is kind of wild, but it's Bray Wyatt, so you kind of have to make him look, pretty strong after WrestleMania. After WrestleMania, take off the mask, reveal them. Obviously, Uncle Howdy is going to be Bo Dallas, but we don't know what's going to be Uncle Harper. If Uncle Harper is going to be the character. And yeah, you just got to do it that way. If you're going to be doing a reveal, you might as well do it at WrestleMania, right? So, I think you do it there. I think you do the 6-man tag and you do the right thing and you have a possible reveal happen at the end of the match. So Jimmy is sitting with Solo backstage. Heyman says that he got a text from Roman who tells him that Reigns will be live next week. He wants him to know that he will handle Jay tonight or Roman will handle Jay for him next week. Personally. So, Jay is going to be dealt with one way or another from the looks of what we are getting from the Tribal Chief and Roman. So, we'll see. Main event here, Rey Mysterio and Karrion Kross. Pretty good match. Nothing too out of the ordinary here, honestly. Rey tripped Kross up onto the second rope. Scarlett is on the ring apron. Rey goes for the 619, but he actually accidentally slams Scarlett into the ring. Rey is distracted by this, so Rey then goes for the 619 anyway, and Dominic grabs Rey's feet and drags him to the outside of the ring while the referee is distracted by Scarlett, who is in the ring. So, Dominic, he gets into Rey's face. Rey gets back into the ring, and Kross hits him with a cross hammer, and then finally has Rey pass out in the cross jacket, and that is it. So, Karrion Kross picked up the win here. Dominic then gets into the ring after the match. He tells Rey to get up and to face him. He pushes Rey, and he gets Rey, and he is telling Rey to hit him. He is legitimately telling Rey to hit him. Dominic continues to push him and telling him to hit him. Rey gets so frustrated, like he is getting legitimately frustrated to a point where he wants to hit Dominic, but he just can't bring himself to do it. And he leaves the ring. He leaves the ring because of it. He is so fed up with him being pushed around by his own son that he wants to do something about it, but he just can't because in the back of his head, that's still his son. That's still his son. That's not him doing what he is doing. That's just the Judgment Day's brainwash on him. But at the end of the day, that's just who he is now. And Rey's just gonna have to figure that out. Rey's just gonna have to figure out that Dominic is a fucking dick. And it's gonna be okay to hit your son in the world of professional wrestling. So, whatever crowd actually does get that pop, though, when we do actually get the hit to Dominic Mysterio, that crowd's going to erupt. Because obviously Rey's a huge babyface in all of this, so this is going to work perfectly if things actually do go to plan. So now it's the final segment, right? Is Jay going to show up? Is Jay going to show up for everything? Jimmy walks down to the ring. He says that if he is not here, he knows he is watching at home somewhere, or at least somewhere. From brother to brother, he knows that he is torn. He knows that he is hurt. And when Jay is hurt, he is hurt. But he wants to tell them that he will always be there for him, no matter what. Jay, like he needs him, just like he needs him to be there for him right now. Jimmy says that people are saying that there are cracks in the bloodline. He knows that there are issues. They have a Zayn problem, they have an Owens problem, and they need to defend those tag team titles. He knows Jay has issues with the Tribal Chief, and we will work all that out if you just come out and face this. Sami Zayn then runs through the crowd wearing his black hoodie, and he stands there behind Jimmy. As Jimmy turns around, Zayn flips over the hoodie and unzips it to reveal his new Sami Zayn t-shirt. He knows that he wants to talk to Jay, and trust me, he wants to too. But for right now, he needs to talk to Jimmy. Sami needs to talk to Jimmy. Every time he hears him say brother, it breaks his heart because that is what he was to Sami. They were dogs. He had his back in the bloodline when nobody else did. When Jay didn't trust him, he did. When Paul Heyman had no interest of him being a part of the bloodline either, Jimmy stood to bat for him. If there wasn't for anything but Jimmy, there would be no honorary Uce. Without Jimmy, there is no feeling Uce. But when things even went south at the Rumble, he didn't even hesitate. He didn't even think twice. He took him down with zero hesitation, and that tells Jimmy that he is hurt. Both men are standing in the ring. Jimmy tells Zayn that he is selfish. He wants to put the blame onto Jimmy, but in all reality, Zayn made a choice, so what was he supposed to do? He pulled the trigger, he stepped on Jimmy, and he stepped on Jay. He tells Zayn that he did what he had to do. He says, family, don't betray you. Zayn then tells him that family doesn't have people test their loyalty each and every single week. People aren't, your family doesn't manipulate you week in and week out. That's what Roman is doing with him, and that is what Roman is doing to Jay. Not for days, but for months and years. We see Jay standing at the top of the crowd like he was when he revealed himself to, defend the tag team titles against Braun and Ricochet. That SmackDown. Zayn says that the bloodline is not about Roman Reigns. It is about one man. And if it is the last thing he will ever do, he is going to make sure that Roman and the entire bloodline gets taken down. But trust him in saying that he doesn't always have to go down with the ship either. There is a way out for Jimmy. He knows Jimmy knows what he is talking about, and what he is saying is true. Jimmy then hits a right hand onto Zayn when Jay is walking down. Jimmy with a right hand, and he tells Jay to come on down, and Zayn hits him with a hula kick when Jimmy was telling Jay to, come on down, let's do this thing, let's beat him down. So he got hit with a hula kick, and Jay just stood there at the barricade, and out comes Solo Sikoa, and Zayn leaves the ring. Zayn jumps the barricade, and Jay is standing there by the barricade as the show fades to black. There's a lot of questions, right? And we're going to be getting them next week when Roman is here live. Roman's going to be there. The Usos are going to be there. Most likely Sammy's going to be there. A lot of stuff is going to be going down next week when it comes to the story. Another person I don't want to see next week on Friday Night SmackDown, Cody Rhodes. We need to start building Cody Rhodes for the Friday Night SmackDown portion of the show too. We do. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are facing off at WrestleMania. If Roman Reigns is not going to show up on Monday Night Raw, Cody Rhodes has to show up on Friday Night SmackDown. You got to do something with him. You got to do something with them heading into WrestleMania on the at least Friday Night SmackDown brand. Because it can't just be going to Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman just can't be talking for 5 more weeks. You got to at least show some action. You got to do a face-to-face with Cody and Roman at some point heading into WrestleMania. Because if you don't, you're losing your chance. You're losing your chance to do so, and we only got 5 weeks to build a story of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes when Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn had 9 months. You gotta do some kind of face-to-face, or at the very least, you have Cody Rhodes show up on Friday Night SmackDown. It is what it is. And I understand this whole Friday Night SmackDown thing is also supposed to build towards Sami and KO with the Usos. But also, that can be built on Monday Night Raw too. It doesn't always have to be on Friday Night SmackDown. Everything has a place to build for it. But on the road to WrestleMania with only 10 more shows to go, you gotta build it from both shows. It's just that simple. But this was great. That was a fantastic final segment. Everything about that was great. And honestly, I cannot wait to see what happens next week. Okay. Hold on 1 second. God dang it. Okay. Yo.
Bro, are you serious?
I hear you now. I hear you.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Okay.
I know you're doing your stream right now, so I wasn't even really gonna bother you.
No, Oh, Ruben, thank you for following. I appreciate that. That shit scared the shit out of me. No, I tried to join from the PC, but I can't use it for the stream and Zoom at the same time. And
Right.
I didn't realize I couldn't do that. So
yeah,
that's that. happening.
Yeah, no, I knew
But
you were doing your discography stream tonight, so I wasn't even really gonna bother you.
yeah,
Um, by the way, how's that going? How's that
it's going.
tournament going?
It just ended. It just ended now. We're trying to do freaking women's artists tomorrow, so that should be something. Taylor Swift is in there, and I want Megan to be in there to see what happens. I should have picked else wants to.
Megan would pick fantastic songs from her. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know many songs. So, I mean, I'm watching them. So
I just finished talking about the Sami Zayn and Usos segment. I basically went through the entire show when you did your show over here. Um, Sami and the Usos killed it tonight, as they usually do. I mean, it's not anything out of the ordinary there. Um, with Roman coming back next week on Friday Night SmackDown, a lot of the questions that we also continue to see tonight hopefully will be answered next week. We have to get some answers here. Have to.
I hope so. I hope someone says something because
We're getting more questions than answers at this point, and that's kind of it's intriguing. Don't get me wrong, but we need to start getting somewhere.
yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, I think we're gonna get the most. I think we're gonna get the most advanced story, like as far as like 1 week goes next week if Roman shows up. Well, they said Roman was going to be there, so
Yeah. And for the love of
but
God, please let Cody be there too. Oh my God, we need to start doing Cody Rhodes and Roman in the same show, bro. We have to. We have to get. We have to have that happen. 10 shows. 10 shows are left. We can't just not have Roman and Cody not be in the same show together. It has to happen.
yeah, hopefully it advances quicker. I just
Not
want Jay to do something. Out of it ending the same, I want Jay to do something.
5 weeks compared to 9 months, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, do something. And I know this is Triple H. I just gotta trust the process. But Jesus Christ, it's scaring me knowing how short we have it until WrestleMania, and it comes to Cody's story.
we're running out of time, but we have a lot of time, so it's just we got to take it 1 week at a time. Got to take it 1 week at a time at this point.
I mean, like,
I don't want to.
I reiterated earlier on in the show. Not much really happened tonight, other than obviously this segment. The Rhea Ripley Charlotte Flair face to face, which wasn't really all that appealing to me. The only appealing thing was Dom and how awkward and cringy he was. And then and then obviously the whole FireFly FunHouse thing. Those are really the only 3 segments that kind of intrigued me. Other than that, the matches weren't really all that well. And one of the matches, the wrong person won.
What do you mean?
LA Knight needed to win that match, not Kofi Kingston.
Oh, hoping he won. I definitely thought he was gonna win that. I ain't like them. Yeah.
LA Knight needed to win that match, not Kofi Kingston. I love Kofi and the New Day, but LA Knight needed that.
Yeah, no. LA Knight definitely should have won. Coming off a loss already.
Now LA Knight is completely directionless heading into WrestleMania, and he should not be directionless heading into this WrestleMania card. He needs to be on WrestleMania.
I don't know what you do right now.
I don't know what you do with him either, but you gotta do something with him. It's LA Knight. It's in LA. You gotta do something with him. Like you said, you're gonna make an LA Knight moment. Come on now, yeah.
Yeah, Los Angeles Knight.
But I don't know. I
Uh,
like I said, I thought this SmackDown was pretty decent for what it was when it came to the segments. The matches are just the matches. We're kind of
yeah.
just coasting when it comes to matches now at this point.
Mm, I don't know. I We got time though. I hope they don't just like freaking 30-man battle with 20-man Andre the Giant battle royale. And I hate that.
Well, you know how well, you know everybody has to get their paycheck for WrestleMania. I
Are
hope it
they still
actually does not come to that though either. That shouldn't happen.
they,
What's that?
do they still do that? The freaking battle
I
royale?
mean, some years they have, some years they didn't. I don't think they actually did it last year. Um,
No.
I'm actually gonna check that out now.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 38. I know we actually didn't have it last year. I would have remembered if we did. And normally those were on the pre-shows, and we don't usually have pre-show matches anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, WrestleMania 37. Nope. Screw it. I'll just type in WrestleMania. No wait, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. All right, winners. The last one we had. Holy shit, we did. When the hell was this?
See, I didn't remember it.
Apparently, we did have it at WrestleMania 38. Oh, wait, no. Wait a second. I remember when they were
Well,
doing that whole WrestleMania Raw and WrestleMania SmackDown thing, remember?
yeah.
They did the Battle Royal on the WrestleMania SmackDown.
Oh, they did. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, okay.
And Finn Balor was the runner-up of that one to the eventual winner of Madcap Moss at WrestleMania 38. That's it.
All right.
That's it. Okay. So yeah, we actually had the WrestleMania Battle Royal since WrestleMania 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 30. We skipped 36 for whatever reason, but yeah, we actually did have one. From 37 to 38 we did. Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Did not actually think that. Jey Uso won 37. We should have remembered that.
He was there. They're trying to do something with him in that nut ass trophy.
Oh my god,
Hmm.
Matt Hardy won the fifth Battle Royal at 34. Kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, we probably could see it. Um I don't know.
Do that shit.
We don't need it. We definitely don't. But I,
At all.
I know we had the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal too. That was
Oh yeah.
completely idiotic. We only had
Yeah.
two there, and the last one was at WrestleMania 35. We haven't
Hmm.
had one since then, and the winner was Carmella.
All right.
Runner up was Sarah frickin' Logan. Valhalla. Now,
Oh god. Interesting.
Naomi was the first one, last eliminating Bailey. I was so mad. I wanted Bailey to win that so bad at that time. I love
Damn.
Naomi now, but damn, at that point I was like, no, it's Bailey. But
That's crazy.
and I remember the whole controversy behind the whole battle royal too. That's why we probably haven't actually had it over the last few years. There's a lot of controversy going into that battle royal. Oh my god. That's why we don't have it
Hmm.
anymore. But 10 shows, 5 weeks. WrestleMania is shaping up, right? But we got to continue building. And that's the thing. Just got to let it roll, continue building, and figure it out.
You got more than enough time. And it's 2 nights of wrestling. So, I mean, whatever you can't put on the first, you can put on the second. So,
I mean, I'm at least thinking we're going to have 13, 14 matches at WrestleMania this year. At least.
oh, look.
But, I mean, tonight, we really had some rumored matches already technically, not be confirmed, but, like, it's all but confirmed at this point. We just don't have a graphic. Rey Mysterio and Dominic, that was basically all but confirmed tonight with their butting heads. I mean, with the impending return of John Cena in 2 weeks in Boston, that's gonna be built up. So there's that. The Usos and Sami and KL, that's what we're all building towards when it comes to this stuff. So that's all but. We even saw a little bit of some kind of confirmation when it comes to Drew McIntyre and Gunther. Hopefully Sheamus gets added to that somehow. So, there's that. I need Sheamus to win that title so bad at WrestleMania. It's not even funny. For whatever reason, we're teasing Brock and Omos, but I genuinely hope that does not happen. Like,
they're gonna flip it.
We can't have that happen.
They're gonna flip it. They're gonna flip it.
Edge and Balor is basically all but confirmed from what happened on Monday there. I actually think, and this might be crazy, and I want to know what you think of this, I think Damage Control pulls double duty.
That's not a bad idea.
I think Damage Control does the 6-woman tag with Becky, Lita, and Trish. And I still think we get the whole Damage Control versus Ronda and Shayna for the tag titles. It would just have to be on the 2 separate nights. I think we actually get them at double duty.
It should make up for them not defending the belts ever. So, I guess.
And then, Bray Wyatt set his sights on Bobby Lashley tonight. So, I'm not doing a solo match. I'm sorry. I'm not doing a singles match because that makes no sense. With everything that happened in that Funhouse segment tonight, you get Uncle Harper now involved because that mask means a lot more than just a black mask. Uncle Harper reemerges, Uncle Howdy comes back, and Bray Wyatt versus the Hurt Business. There's a reason why the Hurt Business is reforming. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
So 6-man tag there. Plus the other match is already confirmed with all that stuff. So, but what were you saying about that 6-man tag?
You put Bobby Brock and LA Knight against Bray and his family.
Oh God! Oh, I didn't even think about LA Knight.
You ain't gonna do nothing else. He just lost to Bray before. So,
I was thinking Bray, Uncle Howdy, and Uncle Harper versus Bobby, Shelton, and Benjamin. But Shelton, Benjamin, and Cedric Alexander don't have anything to do with that. So, if you want,
I forgot about that.
What?
Damn.
But if you want to do something with LA Knight, the only other person that has had history with Bray Wyatt has been LA.
I would say make a freaking Money in the Bank match and put LA Knight in there, but they
Money in the Bank should have happened at WrestleMania. Like, I don't understand why they.
They ain't gonna do it now because Money in the Bank just sold out in today. So they ain't never gonna switch it now.
the draft have to... Okay, Triple H, I know you don't watch this shit, but please, please, for the love of God, draft after WrestleMania. Draft. Please.
Please, God. Yeah.
We need that. Like I said, WrestleMania is shaping up to be something, but we gotta get there, and there's only so much time.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, guys. Sorry again, guys, for the technical difficulties that we have had here during the shows. Sometimes my camera was not in focus. Sometimes, like the actual layouts weren't working. We're figuring things out. Once I actually get a PC, this is gonna work a lot better. It just is what it's gonna be. But we appreciate you guys sticking through the issues, even when there are minor difficulties at times, but sometimes, like with me being as a perfectionist as I am, it frustrates me. I'm not gonna lie, but we're getting there when things get there. But I do appreciate you guys. From what I can tell, with the retention that we had all night tonight, notifications didn't go out, so thanks, YouTube. We'll figure this out. Don't know what we're gonna be doing during the weekend, but I will be doing some kind of weekend episode. Maybe some news throughout the weekend that is gonna be happening or whatever. Maybe just maybe just something for fun. I don't know. I'll just get on here and maybe just grab some friends or whatever and just fucking do a tier list. I don't know, but it's just something fun, and yeah, we'll get things rolling. Other than the weekly schedule, we have the Monday Night Raw, Tuesdays Talk, Wednesdays Dynamite, Friday Night SmackDown, all that stuff going on. Yeah, I was actually planning on going to a show in the next few weeks. I was actually planning to go to a Raw, but that fell through. I'm actually not going to be able to do it, and I will tell you what show it is because you would have freaked out, but it fell through. I'm not going to be able to do it. But just some things are out of your control, and it is what it is. I completely understood when the person that I was contacting when we were all trying to figure this out together. It is what it is. Well, there's always other shows, so we'll figure this out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you have to do in order to help this channel continue to grow. Do you have anything else to say before we get out of here? I'm still doing this. It's not even StreamYard anymore, but I'm still doing this whole thing. There, you're here.
Nah. Make sure you're drinking water. So I feel like I haven't said that to y'all in a very long time. Make sure that you're doing that.
Do it. Do the thing. And do the thing with your arms, guys. You gotta do it. Do the thing with your arms.
I'm not big enough, so
yeah, no, you gotta get big arms because this just looks fucking weird. No.
That look weird, like
But do the things with your arms. You're good to go, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe. God bless. We'll talk to you sometime this weekend. We'll figure it out. Peace.